All right, we're starting January 43. German turn. They're making 63 bucks. The Germans currently have shipyards, economy, rockets, advanced subs, jets, and advanced mechs. Yeah, so let's just wander over to here and let's take a peek at what the Germans are buying. The Germans are planning on buying that. And the Germans are going to be buying something else too, but I just recognized that I forgot to put a chip out the pieces that I was going to bring. I can't bring all four, I can only bring two. So we're just going to do that. Alright, so Germany's going to be doing something crazy here. The US are not in the war yet. And we know it, so Germany's going to buy 3 transports. It's going to buy a new sub. It's going to start 2 of these, and it's going to move everything forward on the build chart, except for the large carrier. And it's going to build another 8 tanks. There's a chance the US will roll itself up to full income this turn, and it depends on what Japan does. So, because we don't know what's going on, look at that. Yep, it's not the true sea line, but we're coming up here. So, we got 3 transports. We scooped up 2 mechs, or 2 advanced mechs, 1 marine, and 3 dudes. We brought along a commander, and this air transport on the gray here dropped off this airborne. And the only other aircraft we could get in here and fly out is the medium bomber from Western Germany with the air base bonus. Alright, so there's that. We are also going to be shooting at this shipyard again with a strategic rocket and the air base over here. Now, even with the air base, you can't scramble to start a combat since there's nobody here to fight. You can't scramble and start a war here or start a battle with aircraft. So these guys are stuck unless there was a British, French, or something boat there that was being attacked at the same time. So I'm kind of throwing away these transports, but at the same time, if they focus on the transports, that's wicked, because you might want to focus on this first. There's a bit of stuff there. And we brought the commander in so that we don't get a mountain penalty for ourselves, but we get the basically a mountain bonus for all the troops there in the defense. All right, what else are we doing? Damn it, I forgot to fix that $1. Anyway, we're also doing this attack here, and I'm not bringing these dudes in. So we're going to be attacking here with 3 tanks, 3 advanced mechs, and 2 regular mechs against an artillery, infantry, and a cavalry. That might make Russia a bit nervous, but hopefully not too nervous. And the only other thing Germany's going to be attacking is they're going to be convoying here with an advanced submarine, so that one's rolling +4, and a coastal sub rolling at a +1. There is an escort on the line. The Germans added an escort to match the Italian escort, so that way this is going to be rolling even. There's not a lot of money to lose there, but we don't want to lose any money. We want to take all of theirs. Alright, so let's start. I can pick whatever I want. The only time you can't is when it's all in the same zone, right? So, like, you can't do an amphibious assault if you haven't killed the ships that are in the way of your landing. All right. So we're just going to do a strategic there and strategic there from the 2 rockets, 1-2 or 1-2. All right. Let's do the air base first. In Liverpool, 2 damage, and then we'll do the shipyard in London, 4 damage. Oops. All right. So 4 and 2. So the air base now has 2 damage. I'm just gonna chip these out quick here. I don't think you guys really need to see that, but if you want to, I'll show you in a second here. It's just going to be my fat fingers moving a bunch of chips together. Alright, and there we are. 2 damage out of 5 and 4 damage out of 8. So yeah, the whole reason for that damage there is so that the British can't get this transport 1, 2, 3, because it can only move 2 without fixing that one first. Alright? That's all it is. I mean, these ones here can get there and drop off 3 dudes, but it's only 3 dudes. I'm building 3 more transports, so even if I lose these, I can drop 6 more guys off next turn, and maybe if I still have this, I could non-combat move a regular infantry or something in here with the transport plane. That'd be nice. Maybe land some jets up there, you know. Yeah. And this doesn't increase the American income any unless I take over and possess London. So we're just going to start at the top, and we're going to creep our way down, steal their facilities, maybe fix them up and use them as their own. You know, have fun. So let's do these 2 convoys first here, because they're pretty boring, and I already got the D6s out. So we're going to do this one. There's 1 escort on the line, so that's going to be a +1, and that one there is going to be a +4 because it's an advanced sub. Alright, so we're going to do black for German and red for British, and we're doing the coastal sub first, so +1 each. And the black attack is 6, and the defender's at 4, so that's a 2. A difference of 2. And let's do the advanced sub. The black is +4, and the red is +1. Alright, so +4, that's 6. And +1 is 2, so that's another 4. So that is a total of 6 damage. That's the maximum we can do to the British. Is $6. So let's wander over here. There's the British money. That's their land. That's their wartime income. They can divide it as they wish. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so we're gonna make change for that for a $5, and then we're gonna take away their $6. And I'm just gonna place this like we've been doing in here, so that we know that the British have been convoyed for 6. So that if the Italians convoy again, it's going to be coming off the French. Alright. 6 British. I don't think it's fair to hit this line with for 6 with the Germans and then hit it again for 6 in the same turn with the Italians. That's just too much. Too much damage. Not fair. Alright, now let's wander over to there. Oh man, I can just barely fit the camera there. There's a lot of dudes in the middle of Europe. And they're all black. Scopes. Alright, I had a pointer. I gotta stop walking around with those things. Anyhow. So, what we have is a single bombardment at 1 from the destroyer. And then we got a Marine who can take the single casualty if he gets a hit on the first round. Hopefully, we manage to get a hit so we're not dealing with the second round. And there's a mountain penalty, but there's a commander, so they balance out, and the aircraft is going to get a +1. Alright. And these mountain penalty, and the commander does not affect the bombardment, and neither does the mountains. So let's get rid of these kind of dice. And we're going to roll 1 at 1 for the destroyer bombardment. Look at that. That's a hit. So we have no German casualties at all. We have success. And what's this place worth? Is it worth anything? Scotland's worth $1. There we go. So we're going to fly these guys home in a second here. So the British have lost Scotland to the Germans, which is a $1 difference. And that's our one and only combat move. We do get a free tech roll, and I was looking, and there's not really anything that Germany needs. So we're just going to do a random, not really a lot of time left either, but the only one that would be really handy would be maybe long-range aircraft. So let's give that one a roll. Fail. Okay, so that's a buck up for the Germans and a buck down for the British. So Germans go to 62 and the British go to 20. Yeah, I got to take advantage of this turn, because if I wait till next turn, then all this American Navy, and they got 2 transports ready to go, 3 actually, and they can start scooping up these Marines and start becoming problematic all across the Atlantic coast. They could be landing over here, or there, or here, or they could be helping out the defenses, or they could be counterattacking me in the back. I mean, these guys can do it on their own, which is fine, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I wasn't really planning on doing this, but when I noticed the incomes and whatnot and how much time was left, I'm like, no, we got to do this, because why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? Be even better if we could just kill their navy. If we just kill their navy, that would be wicked. Because the Germans are still out of the, or the Americans are still out of the war. Okay, anyway, I'm going to stop this video. I'm going to show some non-combat moves here, and then I'll get you guys back. I forgot this combat again. Let's actually roll this one out. Then we'll show some non-combat moves. So, we've got 1 artillery with first strike, so it rolls first. Whatever it hits on the German side can't roll. So let's do that first. A 2, so it does get a hit. So we're going to lose a regular mech. Alright, so we lost the regular mech, and now the Germans are going to roll 3 tanks at 5, minus, they're -1 because they're in mountains. Then they're going to roll 3 advanced mechs at 3, and 1 regular mech at 2. So 3 at 5. Nothing. 3 at 3. 1 hit. And 1 at 2. Okay. That's a total hanger. There we go. Missed anyway. Okay, so we only got 1 hit. And if you were the British, you'd probably lose this guy, because he only defends at 2. This guy defends at 4 and 3. So that's what I would lose. He's still going to roll though. So we're going to roll that out. 1 at 2, 1 at 4. So 1 at 2 for the horse. 1 at 4 for the dude. There we go. Now, the Germans are going to roll 3 tanks at 5 again. 3 hits. We only needed 2, so we're going to take off the casualties. And those 2 are going to roll. It's going to be 1 at 3 for the artillery. That's a hit. And 1 at 4 for the infantry. It's a miss. So we are sitting at 1 hit for the Germans. So they're just going to lose this other regular mech. We're going to take that off. We're going to take that off. It's worth no money. Just bragging rights. And we're going to put down a German roundel. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to stop the video and I'm going to show some combat or non-combat. We're back. The Germans have placed all their units and done the non-combat moves. Just in case the British or the Americans start getting involved, we dropped a couple extra tanks there, a couple extra tanks there. Rail move for advanced mechs in there. That way we can repel any starter of a landing. Down here we scooped these guys up and we dropped them off in Gibraltar, and we brought the Navy over there. That way the Navy can come out for the Germans. Depends on what the British do. I was going to build all my units in here, but then the British could have put some stuff here and made a blocker, and I wouldn't have been able to get my transports out. So I did some calculations in my head here, and if the British involved all their aircraft and that entire Navy, and the Germans scrambled 3 fighters or 3 jets and used all their Navy, we're equal in numbers of hits. We're perfectly equal. The difference though is I'm going to have 3, 4, 5 at 8, and they're going to have, without the commander of course, I'm going to have 5 at 8 and 2 at 6, and they're going to have 1 at 8, 1 at 7, and they're going to have 2, 4 at 6, right? So my odds are a little bit higher chances of getting hits, and if they bring the whole Navy over there, I mean, I'm okay with that, because I'm not quite done the build here, but I'm at $79 for Germany with Vichy, 2 for Vichy, 15 for bonuses, and 62 for income. And we got to do their wartime economy roll yet. And yeah, so I can definitely outbuild the British if I need to make a replacement Navy to do another landing. And they're struggling just to build anything. That's why they're building their stuff over here. Right, so that would be worth it for me as Germany. So we're just gonna do this wartime economy roll and see how much extra they get. $5, so that's 79. That brings them to 84. All right. Now let's see what happens on the next turn, which will be Russia. So we'll see. Okay, January 1943, Russian turn. Russia's still thinking, you know what, this peace thing's working out great with the Germans. I can collect a bunch of extra free places that are worth some good banks, so we're gonna just stick with that. So what we're gonna be doing this turn is we're just gonna do some builds here and a couple of tech rolls. I don't really have all that much for a combat move yet as of this time, but I just need one more turn of builds and staging, and we are good to go as Russia. So we will be doing that build now, and I'm going to do two tech rolls. One I got to buy and one that's free from that pact there with Germany. Russia's been doing wartime economy and improved shipyards for a while, so let's just do those two. Alright, so wartime economy, 12. Perfect. Improved shipyards, also 12. Perfect. I should use those dice more often for Russia. Alright, so Russia is up 1 and 1. Stage 2. Russia's at 56. I don't think I'm going to be doing any extra purchases here or extra things. I am going to just do some non-combat moves, and that'll be it for now. We're going to leave these 2 pieces of bait there. I mean, if anybody wants to attack them, that's cool. That'll get Russia involved in a war, and yeah, if Russia gets involved in a war with Japan, that means the US go up $6 and they'll be at wartime income this turn. So that's Russia's thinking, well, if you're going to attack me, you're going to drag somebody else in with me. Right? We're going to rail move this dude down to here. That way we got them. This little bit of aggression here ain't too scary, but it's scary enough. So we're going to move this medium heavy tank 2. We're going to bring these advanced mechs, and we're going to do the same thing with this heavy tank and these advanced mechs. And hell, we'll even bring in these aircraft. That way they're able to hit. They can either hit here, or they can hit there, or they can hit that. Not trying to be threatening here, but don't build up on my border. And we're gonna fly this seaplane here from Crimea. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, and land right over there. Kind of handy having that seaplane where you can actually use it. Maybe. I still think my range is maybe too long. I don't have a lot of seaplanes left, but the ones I do have, I'm going to give a range of 6 instead of 8. That way they match, I believe it's an air transport, if I'm correct here. Let's double check here. Yeah, air transport's got a move of 6, or a strategic bomber. I'm going to give them the same move of that. We'll see how that works out. Alright, so yeah. Russia's going to get all adventurous. It's going to place these 4 and a heavy tank over there. And it's going to do the same thing with a heavy tank over here. I don't really need to build up too much up here because they don't have a lot of stuff that can reach me in a hurry. I'd rather have this stuff available to collapse on Romania or cars if need be. Alright, as Russia, that is pretty much the turn. The only other thing we're going to do is we're going to non-combat move that sub, and we're going to go a 1 and a 2. Actually, we can go, yeah, 1, 2. We weren't at a base, so we'll just park these guys right there, out of the way. Alright, so that is the Russian turn. Very exciting. I know, it's amazingly exciting. But, here we go. Oh yeah, we gotta place some more units. So we've got 5 units we're placing. We're placing the 3 light carriers that were on the build chart. And we're gonna place a transport and a destroyer along with them. And those aircraft there, the plan was to land those aircraft on these light transports or light carriers. So we're just going to throw 3 of these down. See, now Russia's going to need a fleet card pretty soon. Let's give them a tactical and a pair of fighters. There we go. That's a nice little fleet. I'd even attack that fleet almost, huh? Yeah. I just wanted an opportunity to build a fleet as Russia. And really, nothing's going on. I'm not sure if you can tell here. The plan was to get involved against the Japanese and the Germans, but then I noticed that the Allies were falling apart and the Americans were forever to get involved. Even if they did show up, it'd take them forever. Germany could probably still take that out and just spend half of its money on the border here with what it's already got. And by the time Russia got to the border here, London would be toast and Germany would be spending all its money here. And then the Americans would be showing up. So why pick that team? It's going to lose. Yeah, Japan not so hard of a nut, but the U.S. is so far away. By the time we get to Japan could mop up the floor with this stuff and then build a replacement fleet. So, hey, rough go. Not quite sure what to do with Russia. We'll see. So I just figured, you know what? Let's make ourselves a little more threatening, because that can go that way, or it can go that way. All this stuff here could take out the Suez, and then Russia could own that. Yeah, it could cause some serious problems for the Germans. So yeah, Russia's kind of like I don't know. It's a crazy, crazy, crazy country this turn. Anyway, Russia's going to be collecting its 56 plus the $3 in Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact. So we're going to get $3 here. And we're going to probably collect 56, which I think is what I already have here. 30, 40, 56, and $3. There we go. 59, just short of 60. Which is why I don't really want to go after Germany, because if they go full on me, they can turn this Navy around and start nailing me on the coast here, taking my money. Could be problematic. All right. Yeah, Russia's done. We're going to move on to Japan. I'm not sure what the heck Japan's going to do. It's got a few bucks here. What do we got? 20, 30, 33, 34 bucks or something like that. And it's got a little bit of stuff, but it's not that built up. It used up so much stuff. Killing China. It's lost twice as many units as it still has. So we'll see what Japan does next, and then maybe we'll get somebody else involved. This is CCP's turn. They've got a dead commander. So they're going to roll a 7 or higher if they can. Get it back. They got 1 land zone and no attacking units, and they collect $1, and they only have $1 to spend. So this one's going to be really quick, really easy. CCP are going to drop this right there. And they're going to roll for commander. And a recruitment roll too, I guess. So, commander. Oh, they got their commander back, so that's a 10. Bonus. There he is. And now they're going to roll a recruitment roll. They need a 1 or less, so basically a 1. And that's a fail. So, we're just going to put the commander down here, and we're going to collect them $1, so they now have 2 in the bank. And they never surrender, so even if they lose that, I guess they keep the money until, I don't know, somebody liberates some Chinese areas for the CCP to pop up in. I don't see anybody doing that. The KMT is one place away from full surrender, though, so we'll see what happens there. That's all they got left. All right, just the Japanese turn. We're going to do something fairly simple. We're going to finish off the cruiser that's already on the build chart there. We're going to build 3 light tanks. We're going to build 6 infantry. That's it. I tidied things up. I've already done my non-combat moves and my combat and non-combat moves. There's only 1 combat. That is right over there. That's it. That's the only combat. Oh, we didn't quite do all of our non-combat moves. That dude's over there. All right. So, what we've done here also is I've chipped out all this crap that was whatever. I collected all this Navy and all the guys that could scoop up, and it's all together right there. One nice, neat little card here. All the dudes that got picked up and carried around, they've all been placed down here in Siam, nicely chipped out. We've got 10, 11, 12 regular infantry and 6 elite marines, a commander, 2 tacticals. All right. And then for the fleet, I'm not sure if some of you might be interested in this, so I'm just going to run over it here. We got a light carrier and a fleet carrier, 2 fighters and a tactical on there, 3 battleships, 3 cruisers, 5, 6, 7 transports, 7 destroyers, 1 torpedo boat destroyer, and 3 subs. All right. Over here we've got a total of 4 light tanks in Yunnan, and I was just double checking the rules. This road is still open for vehicles to go back and forth. For vehicles to drive between Burma and Yunnan. Well, if you're driving between them, it doesn't sound like it'd be a one-way road. I've never heard of a one-way road, so we'll assume that it's open both directions, and the road is open. These 3 light tanks came out of there. They're going to attack this one militia that's got a commander beefing it up to 3, so it'll be 3 at 3 versus 1 at 3, and that is my attack. And let's just get that out of the way here. So oh, that's not too bad. So we got 3 at 3 on attack. My light tanks attack at 4, but they're in mountains, so they're at 3. So 3 at 3, nothing. And let's just get a different color here, and we'll say that this obviously different color. Here's they're green KMT. We'll use green. This dude is a 3, and he got a hit. There we go. Now we're 2 at 3 and 1 at 3 in defense. Nothing. And let's do it again. Nothing. This could take a while. And again. And again. There we go. We got a hit, and he did not defend. So, and I can't even remember how many rounds. We lost one of these dudes, and we lost one of these dudes. Guess what? The commander can run away, but where does he run away to? Can the commander jointly occupy CCP locations? Oh, here. I cannot recall seeing that in the rules. I'm pretty sure that the KMT has just surrendered, but I could be wrong, because they have no land zones and no units, unless you count oh no, I think they did have a land zone over there, or was I just wrong here? If that's the case, let's just do that. The whole reason I went there was to eliminate them completely, and I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt and say that they had that one as well. So there we go. The KMT is completely eliminated, and just in case the commander can go somewhere else or not, I'm just going to roll a 12, roll a d12 for him. He didn't get a 12, so he's still alive. I don't know where he runs away to. I'm just going to run him away to here, I guess. Although I think they've just surrendered. Except for the commander, they have no units, they have no income, and they have no land territories. Let me know if I'm wrong. It'd be nice to know. Anyway, I'll leave you there. That is the Japanese turn, really. Oh, no. We're going to place 1 infantry here. We non-combat moved the armored train up to here. We're going to place 5 infantry in the capital. We're going to place this over there. And we're going to take these 3 light tanks, and we're going to place them down in that nasty mess of crap, otherwise known as Siam. I don't think the British are going to tangle with that, but you never know. They could, which is cool. It's cool. There's 2 reasons I didn't attack this turn. 1, I wanted to get my commander in there, and 2, I wanted to give the Germans 1 turn where the Americans were not at war until the end of their turn, because they do their income roll at the end of their turn, which gives the Germans 1 extra turn to take out these British without having that crap get involved. There is some method to the madness. No, I'm not trying to be boring. No, I'm not trying to screw Japan. But, yeah. By doing what I've done here, kind of staged it up so that I could either do a land surprise attack, either here, here, or there, or I could do a naval surprise attack to here, or I could take out all the Dutch in one shot here. every one of them. I'm not sure what I want to do. Or we could just take out all the Russians. The Japanese got enough that they could hammer this and just annihilate this. And now the Japanese own that. Huh. Right? That could be fucked up if you start having Japanese coming across from that way. Right? All I gotta do is hold it, and then the Germans can get them from the other side. I'm not quite sure what to do next turn. She's a tough one. She is a tough one. So we'll see. But I know for sure I wanted to keep the Americans out of the war for one turn, just to give that. Well, it's not directly. It's kind of a sea line, but it's not at London. So the amphibious assault of the British Isles is underway, and we'd like to give them one extra turn of that before the Americans show up. That's the only reason why Japan just did what it did. And we wanted to kill the KMT so they never come back. Now, we just got to take this one land zone. And China is over. Alright, I'm leaving you there. Not sure if I'm going to do the Netherlands separately or together with the British. Probably separate because they're not at war with anybody yet. Alright, and then maybe I'll segment this video again into 1 or 2 parts. I'd rather do 2 45-minute videos than an hour-and-a-half long video. That's a little bit too much. It's a little too much for my phone memory, and it's a little bit too much for somebody to sit down and watch. This way at least you get a chance to split it up. Anyway, I'll leave you there. Bye.